is your girl Amber, aka Amber the Alchemist, and welcome to my channel. I see so many new faces and I'm so grateful and glad that you are here. I hope that you take something with you, even if it's just one thing. I hope that you receive these messages. And if you don't receive these messages, maybe you can share with someone that you love or someone that is into the woo-woo world, because you know we can't just be exchanging all this information because some people just ain't ready for it. So if you're here, that means that you're ready and I'm ready. And I just want to share that I am going to open up with an oracle message to see what it is that we need. Not what is going to happen for the week, but more so what do we need? Because everything is already happening at the same time, and it's kind of like information overload. It's kind of like a lot of exchange. It's just a lot going on between what's happening with our world in all different types of levels. There's just this shift and change, and this shift in a new direction that is pushing us forward for the good. Like, everything else has been super outdated, and because of this change, so many of us are pouring ourselves into the world. So I don't even think at this point we need to seek what we need to know or what's going to happen for this week. I think we need to have the tools to know what it is that we need for this week. What do we need? What does our spirit need for this week? And I'm just going to get it started with my crystal deck, which I am absolutely obsessed with. Crystal news will be coming soon. So, Spirit, what is it that we need for this upcoming week? I got Golden Healer, which is one of my favorite crystals. Open the door. It says Golden Healer. Open the door. And Iolite, shift your money mindset. Ooh. So some of us have been operating from this space of scarcity mindset, and I am getting the sense that over the last few weeks, we have been coming into some money. So this might be an opportunity for us to change the relationship that we have with money. Maybe some of us need to stop being stingy with our money and be a little bit more giving with our money. Maybe some of us indulge in too much retail therapy, and your girl is very guilty of that because I love crystals and skincare and plants and like all the things. So okay, Spirit, I see you. I'm definitely going to read from the book, but I'm going to pull a few cards just to elaborate on this message. So open the door, Spirit. Can you elaborate on this open the door message? Like, what's the door and what are we opening? What's inside the door? Spirit, can you elaborate on open the door? I got the Ace of Wands, and then Spirit, can you elaborate on this message on the Ace of Wands? Okay, those two slid out. So like I said, we have open the door paired with Ace of Wands, paired with the Sun and the Nine of Swords. So what I'm sensing right now with open the door and this Ace of Wands, it feels like there's a blockage here. Some of us are super creative and super passionate, and it feels like we are losing our fire. It feels like we are not opening ourselves up to creative downloads. We're not opening ourselves up to explore things that just feel electric to us. Yeah, we're just really closed off. So what I'm feeling is like this, maybe like sacral chakra blockage, sacral chakra, and even solar plexus blockage too, but just like a lot of orangey yellow energy, like creativity, connection to self and connection to who we are. It feels like some of us are losing touch of ourselves and losing touch of the things that we love, and it could just be because of what's going on. We feel maybe we don't want to focus on our passion, or we don't want to focus on the things that give us energy, um, but and because of that and because of that, we are literally draining ourselves. We are energetically drained, and it feels like it's by choice. It feels like we're choosing to stay in a certain vibration. We're just choosing to coast. And some of us aren't coasters. Some of us are really, really high. um and because we're coasting right now energetically, it just doesn't feel right to us. And Spirit wants to share this gift with this Ace of Wands, like this surge of energy. However, you have to get out of your head a little bit. I think that it's really important to know that you can focus and feel multiple things at the same time, right? So you can be frustrated, but you can also be extremely inspired. You can feel love, but you can also feel very fearful. Um, you can feel very passionate and fiery, but then you can also feel super sensitive and in your feelings. You do not have to choose. And that's what I'm sensing now. Like, you don't have to choose one or the other. There's no such thing. The beautiful thing about being human is this complexity of emotions that we get to feel all at the same time. We get to I feel like I'm having Groundhog Day because I expressed this a week ago. So a lot of us need to embrace like the dark and the light. We need to understand that we can be multiple things and feel multiple things at the same time, but it also means that we can do multiple things at the same time. Just because you are focused on the revolution and because you're focused on change doesn't mean that you can't do what you love, and it doesn't mean that you can't do your passion work. Like, that doesn't mean that you have to change the way that you it doesn't mean that you have to shift forms and what makes you passionate. Does that make sense? So say if you're a painter, right, and you love painting and you love drawing on canvas, you have all of this creative energy, or maybe you even have a routine, or yeah, like maybe you have a routine that's the thing that really connects you to you, and that's the thing that makes you feel most like you. But because everything that's going on, you might be feeling selfish for tending back into yourself in that way. There's some fear behind it. There's some anxiety behind it. Like, if I do me, am I going to be judged? um is this the right time for me to be focusing on that? Absolutely, absolutely. And Spirit is already going to give us that push forward, that momentum that we need to steer us in the direction of living in living in passion, living in the things that we love, living in energy. Like, that's the main thing. Like, we feel sucked dry of our energy, and because of that, we're gonna need a reboost, right? Like, we need to re up on some things, and that's why the sun is here. The sun is here to remind us that maybe the way that you can re-energize yourself is through your inner child. Like, did you used to love hula hooping as a child? Some of us feel like we're losing our sense of self, and that's not the case. We're just coming into who we are. We're coming into this next phase of who we are. So it might feel like maybe things that you used to love, you don't love anymore, and you're like, I don't feel like myself. Maybe that certain thing you just outgrew. Maybe that certain thing served its purpose for you. Maybe it really got you through a difficult time and became this agent of healing for you, and you don't need it anymore. It doesn't have value to you anymore, and that's okay. But with Open the Door here, Spirit wants you to be open and to embrace other things that may provide that source of energy and that source of passion for you. It might be so out of the ordinary that you second guess it, but I just want you to go with it. I just want you to flow with it, because when these aces come through in the tarot, it's a direct gift from the divine. It's the divine saying, here, I offer this to you. But the only way that you can fully step into that is accept the offering, right? You have to accept the gift. Like, think of it as a gift card. Like, after a while, that shit is going to expire. So now is the time to accept this new sense of energy that spirit is giving you. And this new sense of energy and passion can be through a person. Maybe there's a new person in your life that it's different. The feeling is different, but you just feel like yourself when you're with this person. Or it can be a hobby, it can be a job, it can be a new career title. And when we step into things that are unknown, of course we're going to be fearful. Of course we're going to have nightmares about it. Like, I don't know if this is the right thing. I don't know if this is what I should be doing. Yes, 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 it is. And spirit wants to affirm that to you. Like, if it brings you back to that giddy, if it makes you feel giddy, then accept the invitation. Like, don't overthink it. And the theme for this full moon in Sag too was like, stop thinking of could've, should've, would've's, or talking yourself out of doing certain things because you feel like you have the foresight. Like, no, I already know what's gonna happen. No, you absolutely have no idea. You have no idea. So why not just try? Why not just try? Because what it feels like is when you do try, it's gonna make you feel alive. And it's just overall our energy sources are changing. I'm gonna read this open the door card. Let's see what this says. Take it easy. You are ready to begin the process towards some form of healing. Think about an aspect of your life that is calling for your attention. Unlock the door in your subconscious mind so you can remember and overcome any experiences or feelings that you may have blocked out. Allow yourself to acknowledge these emotions and then let your healing journey begin. Remember to take it slow and easy as you uncover the parts of yourself that need healing, as you embrace a better and stronger you on the other side. What I'm also feeling too is some of us are breaking past our fears. If you are someone that stepped out of your comfort zone or stepped out of your fear, I'm proud of you. I admire you. That takes a lot of courage. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. So I just want to take that moment to celebrate you and know that when you do something for the first time, it can be a little bit uncomfortable. But, like, isn't it kind of cool too? Like, don't you get amped up? That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like some of us are trying something new, and it's gonna have us like amped up, like, oof, okay, cool. And you just have this like momentum. You just have like this surge of energy. And what I want to share is to flow with that energy, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Don't burn yourself out. We already have enough going on. Use your discernment when it comes to like how much energy that you put into it. Because when you find something that feels good, you're gonna keep wanting it. You're gonna keep wanting it to be a constant in your life or a constant in your day. But too much of anything is no good. So there's that. So let's elaborate on this Iolite message. Okay, Spirit's talking. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. So it seems like some of us are going to be really making our coins this week, which I love to see it. I love to see it. Give us pay plus tax. Give us what we're worth. All the things. If y'all want to send me any donations, gratitude donations, you can send it to Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. I will include it in the description. But real quick, my Cash App is Amber the Alchemist. $. But shift your money mindset. A lot of we're gonna have certain circumstances or like opportunities that are gonna pour into us quite literally, and this will be an opportunity to change the way that we think about money. So we have to remember that money is just energy, right? Like, it's super relevant in this 3D world, but money doesn't really mean shit in the other realms. The only reason why it means anything now is because it's attached to the source of power, but that's like a whole nother thing that we are not going to get into. What I'm feeling, what spirit is telling me right now is to find your flow when it comes to money. It feels like some of us don't have a routine or certain habits that we have in place, and of course guilty. So now that we're gonna have more opportunities for us to get some coin, now is the time for you to reassess your finances. Do you need to be putting X amount? Do you need to be putting X amount of dollars in your savings a week? Are you committed to donating X amount of money a month or every quarter? Use this opportunity wisely. Use this opportunity of getting money, quite literally. Use this wisely. Make sure that if this is a time for you to analyze your spending habits. Like I said, are we overspending? Are we not spending enough? I want to elaborate on this message. Spirit, can you elaborate on shift your money mindset and Ace of Cups? Stop trying to flex too. Like, we have to keep in mind that, like, I'm feeling like some of us buy things just so that we can say that we have them. And what is the point of that? That really just means that you're buying shit. You're spending your own money for other people. So that might be a realization or an awakening that you have this week, that you've been spending your money for other people, which like totally defeats the purpose. Spirit, can you elaborate on this Iolite and Ace of Cups? So I just pulled the Two of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. First of all, let me read this Iolite message first. Money might make the world go round, but it shouldn't have you running in circles. It's important to view your cup as half full instead of half empty to maintain a healthy perspective. When you shift your attention from what you don't have to appreciating what you do have, you attract more of what you desire into your life. Embrace a feeling of enoughness and know whether or not you have everything you want, but you definitely have everything that you need. Bring more awareness to your internal state and challenge yourself to express gratitude for where you are and what you have right now instead of chasing money and material items. Chase happiness and satisfaction with your life as it is currently. You will soon see that your cup runneth over. Literally. Can y'all see this? Your cup runneth over with this Ace of Cups. So when we speak about cups, we speak about our emotional realm and like what's going on with that. We have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups represents divine partnership. It represents being on the same page with one another. It represents like mutual attraction and just really just being on the same wavelength. And what it feels like is that we're stepping into a new sense of how we view money, but also just how we view what's valuable to us. we're getting closer to our higher selves, like when it comes to that. So what I'm feeling here is like, yes, we have the Two of Cups that usually represents, that can represent like a soulmate connection or a relationship with someone else. But what I really feel is like being in alignment. Like there's your physical you, like your physical vessel you, and then there's your higher self you. And it feels like your higher self is pouring into you, so that you can be on the same wavelength with him, her, they. It feels like some of us are going to be coming into an influx of money, or even losing an influx of money out of like a karmic situation. So say you've been doing so much work, you've been putting in the work like for years, for months, whatever, you've been putting in the work, but you feel that your work hasn't been valued, or you feel like you haven't been getting what you deserve. Now is the time where like shit is just going to take a 360. Like there's just going to be a drastic change. And that's why this Wheel of Fortune is here too. Like Wheel of Fortune has to do with karmic ties. It has to do with the energy that we pour in is the energy that we receive. So if you've been pouring into yourself, if you've been pouring into your business, if you've been pouring into your work, the way that life happens, or the way that things occur karmically, is that it's going to be poured back into you. And for some of us, it's gonna be a change. It's gonna be a really quick change. Like we could overnight go from having X amount of dollars to like triple digits in our account, and we're like, we don't know what to do with it. That's why we have to stay grounded. Stay grounded in gratitude, of course, always, but stay grounded in the knowing that shit can change at any moment, because it already did. So you don't want to have poor spending habits when a month from now all of that shit can change. You know what I mean? Like you don't know when you're going to have opportunities like that again. So you want to be ahead of the curve. And that's what I'm feeling too with this two of cups here. Like some of us are going to be ahead of the curve because we've already learned our lessons, especially when it comes to money. Some of us might have already spent our stimulus check already, but the way that things are happening, either with our work or just people want to give us money, we're going to come into some coins. This is another opportunity, and Spirit is making note of what you are going to do with it. I gave you an opportunity to make some money. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to do the same things with it? I think that we need to have a plan. We need to have a plan. So this will be the week where we can get a little bit more deeper into like get into that Virgo bag, like that, get into the details of how we spend our money, and how and what we use it for, and what it goes to, and how we allocate our coins to certain things. Like get into it. This is a call to action to stop frivolously spending. Be intentional. Be intentional. Remember that money is an energy, and you need to be intentional about how you use it. And I'm going to end here with just one final oracle message. What's the energy for this week? Spirit, what is the energy surrounding us for this upcoming week? I usually start with this, but journey. The word that is coming to me is foresight. We have to have the foresight. We have to, based on our experiences, we have to analyze certain patterns that we have, and we have to analyze certain traits that we have, and evaluate them, and see if they deserve to come in our suitcase with us on this journey. Do they deserve to stay with us? Do they deserve to be, is it still an asset to us? And that's the word that's coming through too, is asset. So some of us might realize that, not might realize, a certain asset that we wanted, whether I'm getting a sense that someone was interested in buying a house. If you were interested in buying a house, then I feel that that's going to go through for you this week. If you are interested in like purchasing an LLC or just anything that has to do with an asset, it could be stocks, it could be any type of property. I'm just feeling like this major like asset just comes through. Now when we start talking about assets, we start talking about real shit. We can't be fucking around, and that's why we have to shift our money mindset. We have to shift our money mindset because we have to know what we're going into. So I am going to end it there. I hope that you received something from this message. I certainly did, and I'm so looking forward to hearing how this may resonate with you guys in the comments. I love you. If you are interested in booking a personal tarot reflection with me, you can absolutely do so. I also have new offerings, including face-to-face Zoom readings, so I'm really, really excited about that. I already started booking some, so I can't wait to chat with you guys, and I love you, and I will see y'all next week.